I just did this whole makeup look full of $1 products. Now, some of the products are like $1.55, $1.80, but most of the products are just $1 from ShopMissA. And look, you do not need to spend a lot of money to look this good. So if you want to see how I did this look, just keep on watching. Look at this volume. I did my blowout last night and I really wanted my hair to be voluminous, and I'm not going to put the headband on that I typically do because I don't want to mess this volume up. So I'm just using these duckbill clips to get my hair pinned out of the way, and then we'll continue on with the programming. This is all ShopMissA products, including the brushes, and I'm going to try to remember to name every single item I'm using, including like the brush codes, but I have a ton of favorites from ShopMissA, and I'll just go ahead and start with the foundation and I'll keep talking. But this is the AOA Studio Matte Vision Foundation, and I have the shade L3, and some of the other foundations I'm L2, so we'll just, this might be a little deeper, but it's okay. So ShopMissA, I have always loved their products. I found out about them like a long time ago, before they really became like a thing. But I recently became a brand ambassador for them, but this video isn't partnered with them or anything. These are products that, I mean, I think almost everything here I have purchased with my own money, and I really truly do love, and I have talked about ShopMissA a lot before partnering with them. So I'm just spreading out this foundation, and typically, I mean, nowadays I use a different mix of brushes from high-end brands to more affordable brands, but originally when I started this channel, I only used ShopMissA, well, for the most part, brushes, but I absolutely love them, and I'm going to show you that these work really well. So this is the AOA Studio High Def Brush F1. It's like a dense brush that's like flat at the top, and I spread the foundation evenly so I don't get a lot of buildup on my brush, and I'll just smooth everything out. And I do basically this method with my Makeup by Mario F4 brush as well. This actually looks a little light on me right now. I feel like this oxidized, I can't remember. I've been using the Satin Drop foundation. That one's actually my like favorite from ShopMissA in terms of their foundations. But I recently mentioned that in my foundation favorites video. I recently uploaded that, you can check that out. But I also really do like this one as well. And this one just melts in really nicely. So since this is a denser brush, you actually want to dab this in, and it'll just give you like a nice flawless finish. But I'm kind of trying to spread everything out here first. But see, gorgeous foundation. And the only product that I have on right now that isn't ShopMissA is just my SPF, and it does have like a more greasier of a base, but this is the La Roche-Posay Anthillis UV Correct SPF 70. It's just what I use daily, so this won't fully dry down to a full matte because of that, but it still has like a nice soft matte finish even on top of this. But see, blends out like a dream. I realize I do look a little lighter on camera, but I'll be using a lot of bronzer as usual to get some color back in. Now I'll go ahead in with the Flawless Liquid Concealer. I honestly haven't tried very many concealers from ShopMissA. The Flaw Eraser, the stick one, I used to use as like an eye primer, and it works great. It was like a nice light shade to give my eyeshadow some pop. But this one is a nice concealer. It is lighter in coverage, but it's so, like, it just melts in really nicely and it doesn't crease. So if you're looking for coverage, this might not be the absolute best. You can probably build this up really well, but this is a fantastic one for brightening. And I have the shade L2. Now in the other foundation that I love, the Satin Drops foundation, I'm in the shade L2, and that's like a perfect match. So sometimes some of the like shades might be a little different between each line, but they're only $1. You know, most products are $1. Some of their products are like $1.55 or $1.88. Some of them donate to charity, which I think is so cool that they can do, like, price their products like this and donate. And I think they're all cruelty free as well. Or I think the Pop Art line is anyways, but see, look, it just melts into the skin. I feel like this doesn't crease easily, so that's like a nice plus. But I'm taking the excess on my brush and putting it on my eyelid just to get a little bit of coverage going, but I don't really want to do anything crazy here. But look at that, it just melts right in. I think I forgot to mention the brush name, but this is the AOA Studio High Def Brush in E102. It's like another like flat brush, but it's nice. It has a nice bit of like give, like it's not too dense, and I can just easily blend this out. This I really do love for under my eyes. So when it comes to makeup and everything showing up really well in photos, I like to layer them. So I'll layer my cream products with powder products, and I haven't really found a cream contour that I've tried from ShopMissA. So I have actually, this is the Flaw eraser stick, and I have a deeper shade. I have the shade Amber, and it's like a nice neutral shade. Sorry, I have a lot of baby hairs right here. And I use this to contour and bring some dimension back in my face. And it's nice because it's a stick. I can just apply it like this and just blend it in. But I'm pretty much adding where I want some of this. And because it's a foundation, it really melts into the skin easily. See? Really nice. And then I'm going to use like this more dense brush. This is the AOA Studio E111 brush. It's like an angled brush. I'm gonna use this to blend the contour on my nose. And see, since I didn't go too far from my skin tone and skin color, this just melts right in. I feel like that helps. If you're trying to create dimension, don't grab anything that's too dark or too far from your skin tone. It's easier just to have something that's similar-ish. But I think I'll use the same foundation brush just to kind of blend this in. It's really nice. I also have a deeper shade of this one that is a bit cooler tone for a sharper contour, but I want to do like a soft melted in look. See? Melts right in. And you know, since I do have a little foundation on this brush, it's also kind of melting the two together, which is nice. And you can always apply more as well. Now for my cream blush, I absolutely love these. These are the blush duos, the Petal Pop blush duo, and this one is in the shade Bouquet. I have all of them, but this one is my favorite. It's cream and powder, and I cracked one of these. But look at this shade. It's such a nice, like soft, a little bit more muted shade. So I don't have another brush right here, but I'm gonna just warm this up on my finger. I'll kind of put the excess in the cap, and I'll just use my finger to blend this in. Look, and you get such nice pigment. It's really, like, I always like to put things in the cap so I'm not losing product. You can use things, you can warm up things on the back of your hand as well, but I feel like you're just using some product on the back of your hand. So for my personal products, I'll do this, but on my makeup clients, I have my makeup, what's it called? The palettes that I have for my clients. But I typically won't use any ShopMissA products. I typically use like higher end products on my clients. But for like beginners makeup, and honestly just people that want to save money with makeup, this ShopMissA has some fantastic finds. But see, it just melts in so nicely. And it comes with a blush that pairs perfectly. Now this isn't like an exact shade match, which I love. So it helps create a little bit of a dimension. So I have that nice and blended in, and now I can start using my powders to set everything. So for my under eyes, I actually really have been liking the Soft Touch Blurring Powder Foundation in the shade L1. It's a nice yellower shade, so it's going to be brightening, and I have just like a triangle puff. This one isn't ShopMissA, but ShopMissA has a ton of these, and their tools are great, so you can also use those. But see, I'll lay this down. It creates extra coverage underneath my eyes. See? And it's like nice and blurring. Anything that's mattifying is going to be blurring. But this one is a really nice one. And it really does stay on really well. I don't find that I get greasy pretty easily with this one. But got that. I'll set my eyelid as well. And in any areas that I have shine that I want to get rid of, like my forehead and the bridge of my nose. And I'm going to also dust a little bit in my eyebrows, because it'll help my brow products grip on as well. But really going kind of crazy with this. I'm not going to really touch where I have my bronzer, because I will be setting my bronzer with powder bronzer. Here is the powder bronzer. I actually really do love this one. This is the AOA Studio Perfect Bronzer Powder, and I have the one in the shade Frappe. I have used this like a couple times, and I really do like it. It's a nice matte bronzer, so that makes it super, super versatile, really easy to work with. A lot of shimmery bronzers I'm just not a fan of. Like, I only have like 2 or 3 bronzers that I do like that do have shimmers. But this is such a beautiful one. It's nice and buildable, doesn't get cakey or patchy, which is really nice. And it doesn't look orange, which already is a win for me because things pull super, super orange on me. But I'm taking this angled brush. This is the AOA Studio F14 brush, and I love these. I have a lot of this brush in my pro kit. So these powder brushes, like these bigger complexion ones, are amazing from ShopMissA. I really haven't found a reason to splurge on like powder brushes. I recently tried a couple like higher end brushes that I do really like, but for the powder brushes, like these big ones, amazing. I'll also take like a more dense brush. This is the high def brush E110. It's like the purple shade, and I'll use this to top off my nose right here, basically applying it right above where I have my cream contour or cream bronzer. I always look for neutral, cool-ish tones so I can double them up as a powder and contour. But if I can, I try to make my cream bronzers a little cooler toned and then my powder bronzers slightly warmer, so I also get that dimension, because powders I kind of dust all over and I go pretty heavy with. But here we go. Nice. See, this bronzer is just so nice. And it's going to show up in any photos I take really well. Now I'll go ahead and take the powder shade right here. And this one does have quite a bit of pigment, so I'm going to dust off what I can and top off my blush. Look how pretty. Oh, I love this shade so much. I don't even know when I broke this, but it's just so nice. I always put a little blush on my nose and on my chin. So that pretty much completes the base. I had to run upstairs real quick, but I went ahead and did my brows with the AOA Studio, like the brow, micro brow tip pencil. But I have, okay, so AOA Studio eyeshadows, they have quite a bit, and I honestly haven't tried very many of them, but I have tried this one. This is Yumi's debut 6-color eyeshadow palette in Fan Club. I feel like these, like the matte shadow range, is just really, really nice. And I mean, this is just such like a versatile like color palette, and look how tiny this is. Like, this is so travel friendly. I need to remember like give this, like, I need to start taking these products with me because look how cute that is. But I'll go ahead and start with like this muted purple color, and these matte shades are actually like really nice quality. But I'll take this fluffy blending brush. This is the AOA Studio E129 brush. These are actually newer. I picked up quite a bit of these. I'm still kind of gathering my thoughts on this, but they really are nice to blend out because the bristles themselves have like a little bit of stiffness to it to help you move around the product, but it's nice and fluffy so you can blend everything out. So I'm just grabbing some of that shade and starting to build up my crease. I have a lot of the other like ones from this collection, but I think in terms of the matte color selection, this is the best one. That looks pretty good. I'm going to use this brown shade and basically layer it just underneath this purple to get a little bit more dimension. So yeah, that blend is just really nice. I'm also going to grab that same brown shade and smoke out my bottom lash line as well. And I really want like a really decent blend out here, so I'm going to be smoking this out quite a bit. Okay, now I'll go ahead and grab this brown shade right here. I'm gonna load it just on like the tip of one side of the brush and just first dab this color on so I can concentrate it on my outer corner and on my inner corner. And I'll softly blend everything in. But see, because this brush has like a nice fluff, it just blends really well. Now this, I wouldn't use this in replacement for like a traditional like blending brush for like really dramatic looks. Like, you can make this work, but this one just gives you a little bit more definition because of like this oval shape. And I really do like that for looks like these. But when I'm doing like my full-on vibrant looks, I really want like a big fluffy brush. But I'm going to continue this with the other eye. I'm also smoking this shade out, just not as much as that lighter brown shade. I'm just blending everything in. See, everything just has such a nice blend. Like, you really can't sleep on ShopMissA products. Now I'm switching over to the AOA Studio E112 brush, and it's basically like a dome at the top, and it's really good for adding shadow where you like a little bit more defined. And I'm gonna go in with this deep purple shade, and I love using purples on my eyes, which is why I love this palette even more. But just taking it on the tip here, And I want to just deepen up the outer V and a little bit on the inner corner, but I'm just going to stick with this brush to blend everything in because I don't want to take it too far. Like that. Just a touch in here. I just love really dramatic, like deep set eye looks like this. So this brush really helps me just focus these deeper colors exactly where I want it. Like that. And I'll use just a touch on my outer corner right here. I'm taking that fluffy brush and just gently blending out these edges. So I have like a soft feathered look. And this is I didn't add any extra shadow on this right here. Because I layered my other eyeshadow as well, it's just kind of blending it right into it. I'll use a flat brush. This is the AOA Studio E123 brush. And I'll use this shadow just on the center of my lid. I'll just dab it on. Like this. And I have a highlighter for the face that I might use if I want more shimmer. But honestly, I'm kind of liking this like toned down look because I can put on dramatic lashes and keep the eyes a little bit more soft matte, like no crazy shimmers. And I'm focusing this just on the center of my lid, but I'm kind of blending it to make sure I don't have any harsh edges. This one has like a soft pearlescent finish, so it has like a light bit of glow to it. I kind of like it. I don't think I want to do like a full-on shimmer. I like how this kind of just looks. Honestly, I'm just gonna, you know, this is actually a really nice highlight shade. I love using like different products for different things. Like I use, you know, the foundation stick as my contour, and this is just like a really pretty highlight shade. Look at that. I'll put a little bit on my brow bone here too. I haven't done that in a little bit, but this is a gorgeous color. Just a touch. I'll have to like keep this in my, you know what, this is going to be a travel palette. I'm going to have to remember to keep this in my bag. But the eyes are looking good. I'm going to go ahead and do some eyeliner. I'm going to use the AOA Studio Love Line eyeliner in black. This one actually has like a stiffer point to it, which can help make it a little easier for those that don't do like liquid liner all the time. But I'll go ahead and do that and I'll be right back. Okay, top liner done. I just did like a soft little line. I don't want to do anything crazy here today. I realize I don't have like a black eyeliner for my waterline here, but you can use one if you choose to. I guess I'm just going to skip that today, but that is typically something that I like to do. Now I am going to put on lashes, and anytime I put on lashes, I still put on mascara, especially on my bottom lashes, so they don't look too bare. But this mascara, I absolutely love, because look, I just applied this. I'm gonna look crazy putting this on. Look, the drama. And I will also put this on my top lashes, just to make sure my eyelashes aren't too grayed out. Because anytime you put on eyeshadows, it's gonna kind of catch onto your top lashes, but I'm just doing like a light coat. I'm not doing anything crazy. Just to get any grayness off my lashes. And then on my bottoms. So when I put the lashes on, my top doesn't look too heavy and my bottoms don't look too bare. Like that. But this mascara I actually really do like. It doesn't really curl as much and my lashes tend to point down, but I really do like this one. I didn't really work it really that well right here, but you saw how quickly I applied it and this is done. But this is the AOA Studio Big Boss mascara. I really do like this one, and I've been using it a lot recently for my bottom lashes because I just look at that volume I got. And that was just like from one swipe. Now, I'm also going to be using the ShopMissA, the AOA Studio 3 Faux Mink lashes in Jackie. And I'm actually like on my last pair of this set of 5. This is the one that I use all the time. This is probably like my most used lashes. I mean, now I'm testing a lot of other lashes, but these are my go-to. I absolutely like this. And they're affordable. I think this whole US set of 5 for $7.55. That's a tough price to beat. And I'm using the AOA Studio Super Strip Lash Adhesive, and I have the one that dries clear. The black and clear, they both work really well. This one is just a little easier to see when you put it on. These lashes I have been using for a long time, and I just keep restocking these over and over because they're just that good. And I mean, look, they're super lightweight. Some of the lash bands that I'll see with a lot of companies, like the bands are so thick and it can feel heavy. Like it really feels like you're wearing something on your eyelid, but these are just really, really lightweight and they're fantastic and they're easier to put on, I believe. Like the band itself is a little bit stiffer, but so it holds that shape, so it goes on a lot easier. So I really truly do love these lashes. And if you pick, like if you're looking for any product to try from ShopMissA first, try the lashes and this lash glue and the foundations. Okay, there's a lot, but if you had a #1 product, it's the lashes. Time to do a lip combo, one of my favorite things to do. And this lip liner I absolutely love. This is the AOA Studio Gel Lip Liner, and I have the shade Pony. I actually have, I think, all of their shades. I really love them. But Pony and the one that's deeper than this are like my most used. But this, you kind of have to warm it up just a little bit, but it has a nice like pomade texture and it lasts like a really long time. But the shade itself is so gorgeous. When you apply this lip liner, it almost has like a pomade, but like really thick texture. Like when you put it on, you can feel the grip it has. And I've actually swatched this in with like a whole bunch of other of my favorite like brown lip liners. And when I swiped it off, this is the only one that stayed on when I removed it with a makeup wipe. So because of that grip, it really just hangs tight. You just kind of have to warm it up a little bit, but it's absolutely beautiful. And I really do love the colors. Okay, and now for this. This is a more recent find, but I have been using this nonstop, like actually nonstop. This is the Lip Glaze Lip Butter Tint from AOA Studio, and this is the shade Strawberry. I think I grabbed like 3 or 4 other shades, but this is just the one I have been using recently. And this, it looks like a dupe of the Rhode Lip Peptide, the tint thing. This is only $1 and it feels so good. I have been applying this at night as well as part of my like skincare routine, and I wake up with my lips super, super soft. This has like a nice thicker texture, so it really hangs on better than a lot of like other glosses. And it has a nice sheen too, even though it's like a lip. It says butter tint, but it has a really nice glossy finish. I mean, look at that. So gorgeous. But it's just crazy how soft my lips feel after wearing this for hours. Like, I've been using this nonstop, but I don't have to put this on over and over again because it stays on. I feel like that's really, really hard to do with glossy products. But look, the makeup look is done. Yeah, I mean, this look, you know, once you really just kind of layer everything on, everything just like, this looks flawless. This looks like I used more expensive makeup. You can really get nice quality products from ShopMissA. And I mean, I haven't tried everything. I know there are a couple misses here and there, but these are the products I truly do love. And I have used a lot of these far before I even started content creation. So I like MissA has a place in my heart because they're creating these products for a really affordable price. And look, you can do a full glam with these. And this is from their in-house brand. They have other brands as well, but their in-house brand I really do love. So just to recap, if you are planning on making an order on ShopMissA, like I recommend ordering from their site if you plan on buying a lot of things, because the stores has like a good selection, but you know, online will have a lot more. Some things do run out in stores. I do have a couple locations near me, and I always end up stopping by if I'm around that area. But if you want just a couple recommendations of first things to pick up, these lashes, I feel like these one in Jackie are super, super versatile. I use these in my makeup looks all the time. You can check a lot of my past videos. I use these all the time, and I can use them a couple times. Since I do like my mascara first, let it dry, and then I put on lashes, it's like I'm getting less and less products on them. So I'm able to use them a couple times just on me. But of course, clients keep their lashes. The lash glue I really like because it's, you know, this kind of applicator. Super, super easy to work with. And you know, at $1, these are actually the ones I keep in my pro kit. Like I'll use a lash glue, whatever I have in my kit. And then I also will give this to my brides in case they need to touch up. So these are actually a fantastic one. And then this is a new product, I believe, because I haven't really seen much of this from them. I just saw these in stores and I grabbed like 3 or 4 shades, but I really do like these. And the brushes, like specifically these face powder brushes. This one I use for my blush. And it's just so nice. Like a lot of cheaper brushes won't have that nice density, but look at this. you have such like a nice amount of fluff here, and it doesn't feel stiff. So it's really nice, but it's not too soft either that it's like really just kind of gonna sit on your face. And then the foundations. I absolutely love the Satin Drop foundation. That's like my favorite from ShopMissA, but I really do like this one as well. If you do the correct skin prep, you're gonna have a nice, more matte finish. I mean, I powdered everything, so I have a nice matte finish. But if you use like a more simple and lighter moisturizer, you're gonna get a true, closer to matte finish than what I did today. Let me know your thoughts. Is ShopMissA something you're interested in trying? And if you have any ShopMissA products, let me know your recommendations, because I am almost always, like if there is one near me, I just make a stop, pick up a couple lip liners, some eyeliners, something like that. I am like a sucker for lip products, so I have a lot of their lip products. But you guys let me know your thoughts, and if you want to see more of my face and the things I do, you can follow me on my social media. I just upload there a lot more often, and there is a bit more content on there than YouTube Shorts sees, so you can follow me there. But I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you again soon.